Okay. VR5. Okay, what did we do last time? A bunch. We started the session last time in the Bleak Gate, and our plan at the time was to go through the Parody Lake entrance of the facility. We ended up doing that because it was stealthier. And what we ended up doing was getting a boat and going down a creek in a boat. Everybody was in boxes except for 3 of us, and we were just gonna bluff our way into the facility. Saying that we were like, yeah, delivering a package, and Nastya managed to read one of the guy's minds when he was asking us who sent us, and she got Tinker Oddcog, who will show up another time, 2 more times, again. And so the guys begrudgingly let us in. They didn't want us to bring this shit in because it was like after hours and stuff, and they were like, "We don't want to do this." But we had to fucking like lug everybody who was in boxes into an elevator, and it was rigorous. We got a new elevator, went up in the facility. Grappa was showing us the right way in, and he did truthfully lead us down a path that avoided like all of the main like horde of guards. And we confirmed this by sending the crab in there and finding out that there was a bunch of guards, and we bypassed them, which was awesome. Rip to the crab, though. Got cooked and then disappeared. We went into a hallway that was like just before sort of the main facility area, where the machine was being built, and we got locked in there. That was something that, what's his name?
Leone Quital.
Leone Quital did, and he like mocked us and thought he was hot shit for being a disembodied voice. He was like, "Drop your weapons. We can talk. We can hang out like
Have
normal
cheese.
men, like innocent men." And we were like, "We're not fucking doing that." And so he was like, "Fine, kill yourselves." So he sent in 3 golems, like machine golems, and Grappa had confirmed to us that they were his boys. Those are my boys. They, yes, were his inventions, his sons, and we murdered them. And it's not like he was very broken up about it though. So yeah, their names were, I don't know why I wrote down their names as Colin, Hunting, and Linus, but they're so dead now. We couldn't open the door to the main facility, so we were trying everything, and then eventually we were like, fuck it, we can't get in. I don't know what we're supposed to do. And then a familiar name, Tinker Oddcog, from the vents, was like, hey, I can open the door for you. All you gotta do is tell nobody that I'm here. And we were like, sure, whatever.
Bet.
Just open it, please. And he did that, and we thanked him, appreciated it, and did not tell anybody that he was here. Although we imagine he's very small. We got inside the main facility, and we saw for the first time what they were making. It was a big ass colossus, a whole man. And his name, penned by Grappa, was Born, also one of his very large sons. Leon Quital had some choice words, and we ended up just sort of going in and trying to disable him, and or just this was the information we were looking for, so we just had to jump straight into combat. Azerby was with us this whole time, but right at this fight he did leave to go see if he could find his wife lover, so he fucked off. And then we fought these guys for a while. Ryukin did a cool stunt to get onto the arm or the chest of Born, and was like fighting Leone with plates and cheese. It's really good. Let's see. I think we never actually managed to kill Leone, although he did kill Grappa. And we didn't manage to kill him because Born saw Grappa and like freaked out. He's like, "Oh my god, that's my dad. That's my dad." And like flipped out and started like wrecking shit. Um, and he ended up like knocking some scaffolding off and stuff. And Leon Quital ended up falling down into the pit where Born was standing. Um, and when we had to escape, because at that point the facility was coming crashing down, we just started running, and Born just jumped out into the sky. That sounds really dramatic. He crawled out of the mountain, and revealed to us that we're actually on the material plane because there was wonderful blue sky, which was a bad thing. Um, we were saved from that point. There was Ezra came back with a journal from Leone, and it had a letter for Shora's about Shora's family in it, not for Shora. Um, and that was alarming. Eventually, we managed to get out of the mountain thanks to Dale. Um, and then we sort of skipped around a little bit and met up with all of our superiors and the king, and they were like, "Okay, we need to take care of this dude because he's running amok in the city and he's truly so big." So we decided to lead him through the North Shore into the bay around the Ares, instead of taking like a shorter route, which would have gone through a poorer district of the town. And just managed to keep him in place for a while the king did his ritual to just put him into the Feywild. Just who cares about that, right? Um, that happened. We did it. Managed to succeed. No, I cannot hear your Chinese dramas.
Okay, my mom's like listening to it like really loudly in the background, so just wanted to make sure.
I can't hear
Yeah, it's
anything. You're
it's
good.
fine.
Yeah. And at the end of all of that whole ordeal, the king was like, "So I need your opinion on something because you apparently are really, I really need to know your opinion on stuff that matters, that like entails national intelligence." He asked us if we wanted to blame all of this on the Denorans or um, tell the truth, at least the truth of what would make sense to tell everybody, which is just saying that there was like a unseen force working against us and all that.
Incredible.
We opted for the latter because why the fuck would we blame the Denorans on this? And he went out in front of a big crowd, and we were joining him as moral support. And he explained that, and then knighted us. We didn't like it, but we got knighted. And that's sort of where that was sort of like the crux and the end of the adventure. After that, I
Yeah.
think we just said we were mostly getting back to normal.
Hasby did find Casparina, who is currently
Yes.
mentally 30 years old, which in elf
In
years
elf
is
years.
nothing.
Yeah, she's a baby.
So that might eventually be a problem.
And I think he left, went back to the Feywild or whatever, right?
Yes, he went back to he did not join you in the cleanup.
Yeah,
course
he
he
was
did.
just
Why
like,
would he?
my wife is sick, I'm leaving, and then left.
Yeah, that was basically it.
I must
Yeah.
save her.
Very, very useful of him.
All right, yeah.
As
So
usual.
that was basically where things left off. So for the past 2 months, the RHC has been extremely busy chasing down what small leads they can get around Flint. All these leads have been fairly minor. Keep local Fae content and busy. Miners smuggling adamant. You did find a group of
I know.
artisans who were crafting replicas of Luke's lantern, though they did not appear to be functional. They
Oh,
were
okay.
in the early stages of production, it
I
appears.
still knew what it looked like, though.
I'll get you that. And just various scholars working on things that seem to be related to what the Yob is working on. So unfortunately, not very many things of note. One thing that you did find that stuck out. Give me a second here. Misplaced a note. Give me a second.
Oh my god. A nightmare.
Okay, whatever. I'll work with what I have. As you guys were chasing down all these leads, what you did find was that across the people you took in, there were several individuals you took in that seemed to be running like very minor operations, and they each had a gold ring with an inscription on the inside and a stone embedded in the ring. That prompted you to go back and go through the evidence of some of the other people you've encountered, and you found that Caius Bergeron, what the fuck is his name? Randall Park, Mayor McBannon, and
Right.
and Saxby all had these rings.
Oh.
You can't really quite make much sense of what these inscriptions mean. For example, Caius's reads "Old Bergeron Gold." Comparing all these rings, you do find that the first two words start with O and B, but you don't understand the nature of the third word.
Bob.
Bergeron knew he was working for the Ob. Randall Park knew he was working for the Ob,
Yes.
but Saxby didn't.
She knew she was working on some project for McBannon.
Okay. But she was still kept in the dark, but got a ring.
Who is Randall Park again?
Mayor McBannon.
Oh.
Sorry, I could not remember his name. But I could see him in my head.
Reed McBannon, the mayor of the Nettles.
Yeah, he was like the warlock guy.
Yeah, so that's like the biggest discovery you make during this period. But unfortunately, the Ob have done a very good job covering up their tracks. And so for now, you don't really have much of anything to go on. So before we get to your current assignment and plot progression, what did you guys do in the intervening 2 months?
I believe both Nasi and Rukin moved out.
How's that going?
I think Rukin probably asked to crash at anyone's place for like 1 or 2 days each before. I'm assuming Fiorella could help her get someplace. So like in the meantime, she was like staying somewhere else. So she did get the chef fee, so I did pick that. So
I mean,
I guess
cook for
during that
everyone.
time, she was just cooking everyone's different preferences.
Oh wow!
Learning how to cook.
Incredible.
Anyone who got Ryuken, we were so excited about it.
Did we have any run-ins? I don't. Did you
Oh
guys
god, like you were
mean-
you were planning on playing at the same place, but you like at different days.
I think that Nastia at least is like, after the whole awkwardness of it all, it's like, okay, maybe I should crash at Rekka's again. And then Ryuken shows up on like the second day, and she's like, okay, I'm out of here. I need to get my own place. Never comes back.
I actually don't know if Reika would let Ryuken stay at her place.
Ooh.
She's got too much. Not
That is
like,
true. She
not
has
like
a lot of stuff.
Yeah, not in like her saying like I don't like Ryuken, I don't want her at my house, but mostly just like I have a lot of stuff that you don't know about. I don't really feel like explaining it to you.
Yeah. Nastia at
Do I
least knows
wanna
about all that
hide
stuff.
The motherboard or no?
Like I tried to hide it before and it didn't really work, so I think I might just say like, sorry, Nastia's sitting at my place. As an excuse every time, even if she's not actually staying there.
Yeah,
That's
Nastia finds-
hilarious.
Here's Ryuken asking like the one time, and she's like, okay, I'm out of there. I cannot risk that.
Yeah. But Rika keeps using it as an excuse. So she's actually
Well.
mostly alone for like the whole time you guys are couch surfing.
Pretty funny.
So did you guys get like where are your apartments now? Are they do they suck?
Where
or are they-
would Fiorella have a apartment?
would it be near her?
Probably. I think David mentioned it would be near her before.
Yes. Yeah, Fiorella lives.
City map, please.
I want to say I put her in the East Bank.
Where the hell is that?
Do you have the map
Can we-
again
can
of
we-
like?
Can we look at the city map,
Yeah.
please?
Yeah.
Can we be in the city map actually?
Oh, way down there.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
that's
I
where
guess
the
we're
coffee shop was.
Well, I guess actually that's not that much of a commute because I think we lived in Pine Island
You- in
before,
Pine
right?
Island,
So it's
yeah,
about
yeah.
the same commute. All right, yeah. So I guess whoever in the party was like okay with Rukin staying over for a few days, I guess she did and helped cook whatever they want, and that's why she's better at cooking now.
Nice.
She got really good at cooking for multiple people over like 2
Yeah.
months.
And they're different. I'm assuming everyone has different preferences on their food, so she's like
Yeah.
taking notes. Since the only person she was really cooking for was Nasi the whole time, so
And I'm sure Nastia only eats like porridge.
Wow, that's so mean.
Hey, Petra was
You-
Russian and that's all she ate.
You're also not denying it.
True.
that's true.
The porridge only diet.
Yeah.
I feel like Nastia does enjoy food in general.
Porridge with like stuff inside of it.
Like me, yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
porridge every
Great.
day, but a different inclusion.
Different toppings.
Yeah.
You guys are so mean. No, I mean, when she's on her own and she has to cook for herself, like right now, probably I'll accept that.
She would
But
put
I
on
don't think
demands.
Ryuken will be letting her just eat that. Like she does like good food. However,
So like,
she's not gonna make it.
Yeah, right. No borscht.
Yeah, it's like if she had Ryuken to make it, perfect. The second she's gone, it's like okay,
Now
How about
what?
oil water?
whatever will cost me the least effort. So that's how she's living now. Yes.
Now I'm wondering if there's any more rumors at the office, considering Rukin might be making lunch for different people like every couple days for a while.
Oh my god, she's a hoe.
Oh no.
She's coming to work with no little lunchbox anymore.
And everyone
she's
else
real
starts
fast.
having lunchboxes.
Nastia looks
you
fucking
guys don't get to
miserable.
work at the same time anymore.
Yeah,
Funny.
Nastia looks absolutely miserable every time she comes in.
Actually, now I'm thinking, how mad would Nastia be if Rukin came into the office with the person she hates the most? Shura.
Oh, she rolls up with Shura.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Nastia would never stay at Shura's place.
No,
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I doubt it.
no.
I
She
like.
will ask Sigrid first, and even then, that will be like,
Ooh.
I like to think that when Rukin stays at Shura's place, Shura takes this opportunity to like really go deep into the whole, hey, let's work on jogging your memory, and like converts maybe like the living room couch into like a therapist setup.
In-house therapy.
And just like
Well,
has a notebook or two of things like, here, try and write down things you remember, maybe sketch out some faces or something, and absolutely doesn't really know what they're doing, but is trying to help Rukin like figure things out. Since like, hey, we've got downtime at work, we're not really out and about, might as well poke your brain a little bit.
I think Rukin would appreciate that very much. So I guess if there was like a percentage of time, she probably would stay with Shura the longest then, considering she's helping her. In exchange for like food, goods and services.
Yes,
Goods and services.
goods and services.
You have goods. She provides the services.
Yes.
Yes.
Lunch
Perfect
for
for
therapy.
And dinner.
Plus, I'm assuming she's already
She
good
get
at
all?
Priscillier food if that's what Shura wants.
Oh yes, that's
considering
perfect.
Fiorella.
Oh yeah, yeah. Really good at the noodle.
wow, I'm sure she is.
She brings noodles to Shura in the office, and Nasia's like, "Wow, I'm sure she is."
Sitting there like, bitch. It's like the same Tupperware container that she used to give Nastia, but then there's a label on it that says Shura.
Oh no.
So shady.
Nastia like almost
Tupperware.
goes to take it one day out of like force of habit, and then it's like, why are there noodles in here?
What the hell? There's pasta.
What? I never eat
Porridge.
pasta. Where's my gruel and meat?
Mm.
Anyone else do anything during this 2 months?
Wait,
Uh,
I'm gonna add something there.
All right.
So a couple weeks after, after Fiorella sorts out your more, so you couch surf for a while, right? And then
Yeah.
Fiorella sorts out your living arrangements,
Yeah.
and she lets you have a couple weeks to settle in, and she comes by, checks
Uh-oh.
the place out, and she's got a bottle of wine, which she knows you don't drink, but she's got 2 glasses anyway. Because
So we can all drink it anyways.
yes. And she says, Rukin, how are things going? I know things have been so incredibly hard the last couple weeks. So much has happened. I know things with was Nastia her name? I understand
Yeah.
that didn't that went poorly. But I think things have taken a turn for the better.
Yeah, hopefully. I still don't really know what to think about all of that with the whole memories things and her saying that she was doing it as a job. So, I mean, there's someone else, but I don't know. It's hard to even think about who it might be.
Well, fortunately, because of your work with the RHC, you won't be able to avoid her. But probably for the best you get out of that. That you got out of that living arrangement.
Is there anything that you think that the family could figure out about, that organization?
Could put out some feelers. Um, we're not particularly um, involved with organizations from Dracker, so limited resources. But I'll put some feelers out. I promise you, Ruben. We'll get to the bottom of this. And even if you never get your memories back, you'll always have a home with the family.
Thank you. Uh, it's also a little bit uncomfortable considering how it seemed like she was blaming you, but I don't think you've ever met before, so well, I mean, besides from with the RHC, I don't think there was anything. I don't know. It's kind of difficult to know what to think of that.
You have to be careful around that one. I mean, she came clean to you, but did she really? You don't know that.
Yeah,
She's
I
just trying
just
to sow discord between us.
don't really know why though. Like it just seems odd, but so yeah, it's like I wanted to be really mad, but it's just confusing.
Who's to say what madness goes on in the brain of a psychic vampire?
That was also something that was a little hard to wrap my mind around.
Yes, I was quite alarmed at the first time you told me about that. It was insane stuff. Well, you just you take care of yourself and you watch out for her, and we'll get this sorted out.
Well, thanks, for always helping. And like, I would obviously never think it's you. I just hope you don't think that.
I trust you, Ruben, and I know you trust me. Remember, I can't do what I'm doing without you.
And anything you need, I'll do.
Of course. I'm sure you still have a lot to unpack. I'll see myself out.
Um, all right. Uh, should I walk you back?
No, it's okay. I wouldn't want to bother you.
All right. Uh, bye. Have a good night.
She waves goodbye. Heads on out.
Rukin passes out because she doesn't drink.
Every time Fiorella shows up in a scene, I tense up. She scares me.
Rukin both tenses up and relaxes at the same time.
Who's next?
Every time I'm like doing these scenes with Rukin, I'm like, does she know? She doesn't know.
She can't
Doesn't
know.
know anything.
She can't.
Oh, too bad.
Yeah,
I
who's
mean,
next?
not that she did anything to, be a trustworthy person, but Nastia gave her the truth, and she's just not gonna be able to see it.
Yeah.
Not yet, I suppose. Didn't
Yeah.
Sigrid wasn't Sigrid supposed to have received some sort of letter? Or
Oh,
am I
yeah.
misremembering?
I don't know.
If Sigrid is supposed to receive some sort of letter, Sigrid, can you please remind me that right now?
I don't think so.
I think we were thinking
Did
about
I just
me.
make something up? Oh, was
I
it?
was
Oh, was
gonna.
it Shura? Okay.
Yes, Ron had mentioned something.
Yes.
There was that like
Oh.
news thing that you had talked about in the group chat that I was
Oh,
like,
that's right.
Yeah, I
Well,
think you were like getting like news funneled, but
yeah.
Are you getting? Are you saying you get news?
I don't know. Do I get like overnight
papers.
news delivered from there?
I mean, it's probably expensive to get news delivered overnight from Bear every day, but
I think she's happier not knowing what's going on at the moment.
cool. Then you'll get the
Okay.
news at the mission briefing.
Perfect. Then I guess we might as well do the other half of the
Oh yeah, just get
whatever the
just
heck
get
that
the
is.
divorced couple out of the way.
Do the divorce
Why
first.
are we now the divorced couple? There's an
I
actual
mean, it's
divorce
basically
party
like
here.
that.
You're the divorced couple until you get undivorced.
Wow.
Or just
Sorry, Rekka,
become
no
exes that
longer.
you deal with.
You're no longer the divorced person, the only divorced person.
Damn, we could all go to divorcee therapy together.
I don't
The
think
Saxby will not be there.
Yeah, because she's currently in jail.
Hey, just think on the bright side. At least your ex is not in jail for like committing
Cool.
treason.
Anyways, speaking of exes,
Uh-oh.
I think
Uh-oh.
Awesome.
Have at it.
yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I think the air is probably like very awkward around the apartment, and both Nasty and Ryukin are like, yeah, I'm not staying here. So Nastia crashes at Rekka's, doesn't say anything, just shows up with like a small bag and takes a room.
Yeah, the bed is unused still, so go have at it. I don't use
And
it.
then just nods. And then I don't know if the next day or however long it takes till Ryukin comes knocking and asks, or at work, wherever it happens. But Nastia, the second she hears, it's like, okay, that place is not an option anymore. Now where will she go for a new place is the question. She is certainly not staying in Pine Island. Probably not going to any of the fancier districts. I don't know, Party Lakes seems like a bit much for her. Spiral.
Depression district.
Yeah, I mean,
I think
guess
for the both of you guys, I feel like Reiko would like know that you're probably couch surfing, so she like gives you flyers for an opening in her building if you need it.
That's the thing. I don't think she would want to. I considered Boston Strand, but also I don't think she wants to be that close because she.
Thinks I'm
I don't think
sneaky.
she sticks around to really figure out. It's like Ryukin already considered Rekka an option, so it's like I.
Oh, it's like
can't.
the whole fucking district is off limits.
Well, not the whole district, but at least she will not stay in your building. She'd pick
Gotcha.
somewhere like more in the outskirts.
Mhm.
So she'll find a cheap, shitty place. I mean, we have money, but like,
It needs to match her vibes.
it needs to
Yeah.
be Depression Central.
Yeah.
It needs to be sad.
Male living space, right?
Yeah, it's clean, but there's nothing.
Girl.
There's like a bed, a mattress.
Oh.
A TV.
There's, like,
Just
a
on the
mattress
floor.
and Yeah, and maybe like a small table.
One chair, a folding chair.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Whatever
folding.
the heck.
When
Yeah.
she dug it out of the trash.
Sure.
Your blanket is just a spare bed sheet.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
just making it worse. You keep saying yes.
It's like she has money, but also I don't think she cares right now. She just needs to get out of there. And it's like,
You could.
okay,
I look.
whoever
I look at
left
your
this
character sheets.
place.
You have more money than most people in this city will see in their entire lives.
Yeah, we do have a lot
I
of
know
money.
this. I know this. This is not this is a choice. This is,
It's like an
you know,
emergency situation. You don't have time to think
yeah.
about furniture.
It's like
Yeah.
she's not about to go looking for. So it's like the apartment had basically nothing, maybe the mattress and a shitty table that she had to like get something to, because one of the legs was a little too short. So she just got like some cardboard or whatever to level it. And then one day, I don't know, walking by, she's like, "Oh, chair, sure,
Oh,
free
chair,
chair.
sure.
I'll take it."
She would love those
Uh,
couches that people leave in their lawns that say they're free.
yeah, but she will not be able to drag it up, so that's why she has a folding chair and not
Yeah, that's true.
a real chair.
Noodle
Incredible.
arms.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
she's not about to ask anyone.
No, why
She
would
cannot
she?
ask Ryuken.
Rukin can totally carry a chair.
Yeah.
She has the little Daiso mini
The little
stool.
Daiso chairs,
The
yeah.
little Asian stools.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's
It's
the
ramen
present
off the
time. She's just
floor.
like face up front for like, I don't know, maybe 6 months worth of rent on the place, which is like nothing. And she's just showing up to work from there. I think before she actually goes apartment hunting though, she will stop by uh Victoria's former apartment at least like one last time. Is anything still there?
You you knock for a few minutes, and so she lives in like a two-story building. She has the upstairs apartment. And you knock for a few minutes, and eventually the landlord who lives on the first floor, he comes out. He's this gruff, middle-aged man, grumpy looking as shit. And he says, "You looking for Victoria?"
Okay. Can you repeat that again?
Uh,
Hello? Yeah.
uh, are you
Hello?
looking
I'm sorry.
for go there.
Okay, say your thing. I will shut up.
Are you looking for Victoria? That's her name, right?
Yes. The person who lives or lived here. Yes.
Lived here. She's past due on rent. And as far as I can tell, she's not home.
Right. Well,
If you find her, let her know. If I don't get rent by the end of the week, I'm renting the place out.
right. Will do. Sorry to bother you. And then
Keep her up.
she'll leave and go out to the back of the building. And she's gonna try to break in.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yes.
How exactly are you going about this?
I'm gonna go full effort go invisible, crawl up the wall to a window, which I will know which one it is, and then take out my thieves tools, my thieves tools,
Can I get a
and
thieves
try.
tools back?
Sure, thieves tools. What do I add to that? Dex?
Yeah.
Okay. 4 plus 5, so that's a 9. 18?
18 is more than enough to open your standard residential lock. You pry the window open, and you slip on in. You start looking around. You call out. She's not there. All her stuff is still there. She obviously had to leave in a hurry, so she didn't pack much of anything. So most everything is left exactly where it was the last time you were.
I'll go look into her files, see if she still has, if there's anything on Ryuken left.
Yeah, so you start poking around, and please don't mind me poking around your character sheet.
I am
I am not
minding.
looking.
Yeah, exactly. You're not looking.
I'm gonna alt tab away.
Yeah, exactly. All tab away. You start like going through her desk, looking around, and you find at the back of one cabinet a folder. That is just labeled Future on. You pull the folder out, and written across the front of the folder in Victoria's recognizable handwriting, it just says, "Be careful." Um, and you read through. Most of it is stuff you already know, but there are 2 new pieces of information that you find in these files. One probably confirms something you already suspect. The client, although not named, is stated here to be a high-ranking member of the family. You also get the name of the agent that carried out the initial brain wipe. And you find this piece of information extremely shocking because you didn't know she was still out there doing field missions. Because Rukin's whole thing was carried out by none other than your superior, your direct superior, former direct superior, Tatiana Markov. So someone had to pull some strings, get her back out in the field.
That's concerning. I'll shove the whole file into a bag and I'll just look through the stuff that she left. Anything catches my eye at all?
Most of it's pretty mundane, but you do find tucked away behind some other things a portrait, a little hand drawn doodle, really, that she had of the two of you. She wasn't keeping it out in the open anymore, but she never threw it out.
I'll take that. And then I'm just gonna leave.
You
Try and
quietly,
leave everything as it was.
you just quietly slip back out the window.
Uh, I'll go look. That's when I go looking for an apartment.
Mhm.
And then on my first day, once I've got the keys and I'm alone,
This is
I'll
exactly where I wanted to go. You first.
Christ.
I'll take out.
Oh, we going to the same place?
Yes, but not yet.
Okay.
Going there in a second. Don't worry. I know. I know.
Christ.
I'll look. I'll take out the files again. And I take out my lighter. And I keep playing with it for a while. Lighting it up. Closing it back up. Looking at the file.
Yeah, so to give you more of a time frame, as far as you are aware, the last time Tatiana was out on the field was while you were still very early in your training. So it's striking seeing her name on there.
I keep picking up those pages specifically. And I just keep thinking. And then I start.
There are two other names on that page, on like that page. They're identified as secondary targets. And they're not names you've heard
Oh.
before.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I take my lighter and I'll push it close to the whole file.
The two names.
And then I'll close it. Are you gonna give me the names?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the names right now. I had to
Ooh.
pull up Word. I had to pull up this Google Doc. And for Christina, if I'm saying these names wrong. Here's your first chance to correct me. The two secondary targets were an Akialane. Put that in the chat.
Could you also put that Tatiana name in the chat as well?
Yes. Pretty sure I'm spelling that right. I'm no longer looking at her character sheet.
Yes, it's a very generic.
And the other secondary target was an
Amelie Chartreux.
yeah, let's go with that. Amelie Chartreux. I was like, is that Emily?
It's Amelie, yes.
It is what it is.
You don't know these names, and with Rukin's condition, she's obviously never mentioned them.
Yeah, I'll like I said, I keep sort of playing around, pacing around my room, just looking at through the file again until I find those names. Still lighter in hand, thinking. And then I'll take out the little doodle that I found at Victoria's place.
You're looking at it, and you remember the day you had this John. There was some you had only been Flint for a little while. There was a fair in town, and the two of you attended. Some street artist made a little doodle for you. It'd been a good day.
I look at it. I look at the file. And I put the lighter away and tuck that doodle back into a pocket. And then I'm gonna go start looking for any loose floorboards on my surely very shitty apartment.
Start looking for what?
For any loose floorboards. Any
It's a very
item.
rundown. It's a very rundown apartment. You managed to find a couple floorboards that with a little bit of provoking, you might be able to rip up.
I'll do that. And then I'll chuck the whole file in there for now.
Okay.
Maybe drag the table over.
Okay. You cover it up.
And then
Yes.
I think she tries to sleep
Well,
for
you try to sleep.
for a bit.
Yeah, you try that. Just one of those things happens first when you go back to your room. You go back to your room, and you're about to get in bed, and you see out on your desk, the only other piece of furniture in your tiny, miserable bedroom. The little owl bear plush is sitting on your desk, and you don't remember putting it there. And it's just staring at you.
I get up and I pick it up and just go put it not even in my coat, which is just, probably draped across the chair. I go and try to put it in a bag. And then as I
As you
putting it in there, I just
go ahead.
take it back out and I put
As
it back on the desk.
you place it back down on the desk, and you look at it, and it calls out to you. It says, Anastasia, we need to take care of each other. We're all we have. These people, from work, they don't know you. They don't care about you. They don't know what we've been through. We need to protect each other. You'll protect me, won't you?
Weird. I'm tired, Nikolai. I'm
You're tired? How do you think I feel every day? Every day I burn. But that's not what matters. I just want to know that
tired
you're okay.
of these little games.
What do you mean?
Will you please just speak as yourself? I'm not in the mood right now to entertain.
The voice takes a shift in turn. The tone of the voice shifts. It becomes much deeper and says, "You want me to speak as myself? Are you sure?"
I know you've done some things for me. I'm not ungrateful for the power I've been given so far. But I need more. And I think we're well beyond the point of pretending.
Fine. Have it your way.
I need you more present if you're gonna be useful at all to me.
Fine. Have it your way. Your brother is dead. Dead and gone as he should be for messing with what is mine. Your
He was
family
a
made
child.
Your family made a plaything of my domain.
We were children. This is... He did not deserve what happened.
No, perhaps he didn't. Your parents were fools, and they paid the price.
You'd say, really. Last I heard from them, they were very happily spending their money.
Well,
Not that it matters anymore.
that was not my intention, but you have potential.
So people keep telling me.
I have my own concerns about this world that we dwell in. And if perhaps we're done with this little charade about your dead brother, I can get straight to the point. This is not where I saw this going today. So I'm just working it.
Right now, I prefer to just get it straight to the point. I think
I'll keep helping you, providing you what little bit of power I can, what little bit of assistance. I'll let you keep playing in my domain. Like the rest of your family, you do have some level of talent. But eventually, I will collect what is mine.
yeah, well, not like I have anything much left.
For many years, the king of this nation has denied me what is rightfully mine. And when the time comes, you will give it to me.
That's ominous.
For all that lives, dies. What dies is mine.
Seems like everyone wants a piece of good old King Aiden these days. I guess what's one more to add to the pile? I'll
For what
take
it's
it.
worth, when I'm playing this little game of being your cute little brother. If it's any consolation, he doesn't burn. He's just gone.
There's some tears going down Nasty's face. Okay. Yes, better. Gone. Gone. And any of this? I I think at this point it's a little obvious that I'm not exactly the artist person around. I would appreciate some help with that. If that's something you can do for me.
Now that we are no longer playing these games, yes, if you need my assistance, you need only call out. Though certain contracts forbid me from taking any direct action, I will do what I can.
Well then, we have a deal.
Fine. When the time comes, you will pay. And I expect no hesitation.
Nasty shrugs. Yes, that's at least I know there's no real dice left over for me here.
That's all the ominous voice has to say.
Yeah, I figured.
I
Nasty
mean,
will go to
none
sleep.
none of that was what I was planning to say today. I just wanted happy, creepy, fun times with the owl bear. And then you took it somewhere else. I was like, cool. I guess we'll do that now.
She's going through it, man. I told you she wanted to ask for
and
some
now we're all going through it because I had to do that.
I mean, if there was a time for the little evil creature to be offering some deals, but Nastia was gonna be like, you know what? Why not? Why shouldn't I take it? Why shouldn't I just do whatever the voice says?
If you wanted to take
Who the fuck
warlock
cares
levels,
anymore?
now is actually a perfect time to take warlock levels. Otherwise, we can
Yeah,
just roll with it.
I took my warlock level. I
Oh,
am
now
helping
now
myself
now
to
we're
some
making
hit
it
points.
now we're making it official.
Yeah, I'll maybe take rogue somewhere down the line, but we'll see. I still need to get that evasion. But yeah, I am helping myself to some hit points, and I have a little creature.
Helping yourself. Don't mind if I do.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
huge for healing.
Yeah, I'm getting my imp familiar, who's I don't know, up to David, whatever the heck. I probably ask it to like keep itself invisible.
So now 3 of us
Whenever it
have
decides to
little
show up.
guys.
So we don't see
Yeah,
that
but
you
mine's
suddenly have a little
secret.
creature.
Mine
Well,
is
that's
secret.
new.
You
Secret
will
little
not
creature.
know.
We have a whole fucking zoo of this party.
Make a fucking case set.
How do you
You
think I feel?
animals.
Yeah,
Just
I
have a
mean,
gun.
The other day, Jeb asked me if they could do 2024 Conjure Animals. I was like, remember that one time I had to summon 8 elk? Yes, please use 2024.
But if I need summonable like things with HP to use
You know what?
my explodey things.
If it's a really cool thing, pitch it to me and I might allow it, but I never want to
Okay.
see 8 tiny little creatures on my map ever again.
Okay.
I say that, but I have something prepared for at least, if not this session, next session that's going to be horrible for me.
GLHF.
Who's next, or should we keep torturing Nastia? Because I can keep doing that.
I just think it's funny
I
that
mean,
Rekka and Rukin are the only 2 left that don't have some sort of animal.
Do you want an
I'm
animal?
not going to get one. Thank you.
Do you want one?
No.
I think Nastia really like wants the creature.
You could keep that little demon on your shoulder. No, thank you.
It's a literal demon. It's like a little imp. It's a little demon on my shoulder, and it's invisible.
And I hope it's annoying
Amazing.
just to you.
Yeah,
Not to me.
it's exactly because I get telepathy with the fucking thing. I think,
Oh my god.
or is that a? Actually, that might be another invocation. But who cares if David wants?
I mean, you get like
Honestly-
telepathy with everything, anyways. So
Honestly, I'm glad Steph made me drop the veil just now because I did not know when I was gonna do that.
oh well, there you go. Just ask.
Perfect.
You got your opportunity.
Like I've known what the owl bear was the entire time, and I'm still not gonna tell you exactly what it is. But
Yeah, no. keep
Hashtag
it secret.
soon.
I don't need
Yeah.
to know.
yeah, you'll find out eventually. But I had no idea what I was gonna be like. Hey, your brother's not here. Hello.
It's me, the devil.
Hello
I
from
mean, I
the
think
other
deep down
side.
she's always known, but that's for like a possession talk. I think we can just let someone else go have the
Right.
maybe something lighter or not.
Oh, not me.
Um,
then.
Worse.
You know,
I can
there
do
are
something bad also.
there are degrees of lightness, I suppose.
I don't think mine's gonna
I
be
can
very
break
nice.
things up.
No, I actually yours
Somewhat.
is what I'm most excited for.
Yeah, if you want to do something that breaks up the bad stuff, you can do that first, and then I'll go.
Yes.
'Cause,
So
it's not gonna be pretty.
so we got that letter from Leone Quital stuff. that implicates the
Pope,
clergy. Yes, the Pope, very specifically. So,
Mr. Titus Banderesso.
yes.
What a name!
What a name. What a guy. So I will be writing to my brother and asking for an inventory of all the stuff that we have. Very specifically asking for the things that went missing and that caused me to leave in the first place. Because I may have a lead.
You sent it out to your brother. And about 2 weeks later, you get a response. That sounds appropriate for this time period. 2 weeks later, you get a response. Yes, how you doing? And he provides you a list of items, which I have here. So he does list out the estates they came from,
Better.
alongside them. But just to give you the list of items right now, and if you want to zoom in on anything in particular, we can do that. There were several pieces of fine art, an assortment of gems, a decorative saber, one gold ring, several pieces of one-of-a-kind pottery, and a journal of astrological theory.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
One of those two.
Interesting. And that's all stuff that went missing.
It is a summary of stuff that went missing.
Okay.
Would you like me to break down every single gem, every single painting? I can do that.
No,
It might-
that's probably not necessary for this moment in time.
So, does anything from that list stick out to you?
Definitely a gold ring. Maybe the Journal of Astrological Theory, and maybe the saber.
So, it does so happen that the gold ring and the Journal of Astrological Theory do belong to the same individual.
Of course.
The saber is another guy. But these two items belonged to a notable Crusader astronomer named Crescenzio Ficini.
Okay.
Fettuccine.
Pasta man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Italian man.
Yes.
I literally went on to fantasy name generator. I was like, give me the Italian names.
Create the most pasta sounding name you got. Perfect.
So the gold ring and the book of the Journal of Theory
Yes.
belong to this Crescenzio Ficini.
Okay.
You never had any time to like dive into this journal, so you don't know exactly what is in there. But it does kind of. I mean, you know the Ob is studying planar magic, and you've now recently found they all have gold rings. And according to Quital's letter, there was some an associate of his had some personal effects that slipped into your collection.
Okay.
Make of that what you will.
Very possible that this could be a member of the Ob. Okay. Is the saber of any importance?
It's worth a lot of money.
Decorative. Okay. So I go over this information. I make notes, and then I go to visit Rekka.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So I show up at your place. I need your help with
I'm in
something.
a. Sure. Yeah. I'm in like boxer shorts and a tank top. And
Amazing.
there's like a IV hanging off of my arm.
Amazing.
Not connected to anything. I open the door and I'm like, oh yeah, sure. What's what do you need?
Um, I go over to your like workshop area, and I plop this journal on your workbench, and I gesture in the general area of where your murder boards are, and I'm like, how do you do that? I have my own person that I need to track down, and too
Oh,
much
well,
information and not enough details, and you seem to
well,
have a good handle on following people.
thank you. Well, first I get a board, and then I get pins, and then a little red string. It's very helpful. It's just easy to visualize. Do you need? I can spin it over to the other side. I'm not using it on that side, and we can, help you make a diagram or something.
Okay, that might work.
Rika's like, okay, I have to take this off of my body since we're doing things. So she like pulls this IV out and puts it like over something.
For some reason, I heard ivy as in like poison ivy. I thought you had
Like
like some
poison ivy?
vine
No.
like just wrapped around your arm.
The letters IV
Yes. Okay.
in a vein at the moment. Pulls that out. Sorry, I have to take blood samples every other day or so now. So
No, that's
that
good. It's
no worries.
good to keep track of things like this.
Right. Anyway, who are you looking for? I didn't know that you had things of your own
I
other than the
wasn't
family.
necessarily expecting this either, but having discovered what we did in that from that facility in the Bleak Gate, I finally have a lead on
Right.
what's going on on my side of town. I thought it was a simple case of just a high stakes burglary. I don't remember exactly how much I've told about my, but I take out my little like donation box that I had used
Oh yeah.
yeah, a couple times like very early on. But my manor, which doubles as a pseudo cemetery, is also quite the place for, let's say, money laundering and the keeping of important items that the government may not wish to, or rather that people may not wish the government to know about.
Right, shady shit. I remember you saying something about the family being involved.
Yes, some time ago, a number of items went missing, and that's what led to me leaving the manor in search for these things. I wasn't necessarily following any leads, but circumstances led to me coming here, and a position such as the constabulary, I figured that that would help me to be able to subtly research this on the side. It appears to have fallen into my lap. Of course, of this obscurati business.
Right. It has something to do with Leone Quital.
Yes. He is very strongly implicated in this letter, and I pull out the journal of stuff that Azerby gave us.
Right, he's like written in it directly, isn't he?
Yeah. It seems that he was the one behind all of these things, and some of these items, I point out the description of this gold ring, line up with what we've found connecting the workers of the obscurati within town.
Interesting. So you had that in your manor's possession, like to be laundered or smuggled or something,
Yes.
and then he stole it.
I guess he took it upon himself to lift them off of. By the order of the Pope, no less. And I'm just like very dramatically pointing at the signature on the letter.
I can't. I simply cannot believe that he signed his own name. Like that says he even said Primarch. Like, if you wanted to be subtle, that's not how you do it.
Yes. And this certainly puts me in a difficult situation as a bit of a, let's say, the religion that my family follows is not necessarily mainstream.
Oh,
so
that's new to me.
We are able to continue our practices through the benevolent permission of the clergy. Yet the Primarch, so obviously positioning the family against us, and perhaps even obscurati, I don't know how deep their ties go into all this. That might pose to be another faction against us. Grand scheme of things.
Right. I guess if the obscurity is in the pocket of the Northern royalty, then it's not so far of a leap to think that they're in the pocket of someone else who's very important, like fucking Primarch. I don't like the sound of it, but it is odd that they are like targeting a single family. You know, you think that they would, go for something bigger. Like, if they are Catholic, then like all Protestants or something.
Right?
Not just like
words.
like one family
what
that
is a
worships
Catholic?
that worships something slightly different. Is there something about your family that they would find alarming?
Should I? Is this where I go in and remind you of the primary tenet of the faith?
Yes.
Yes. The primary tenet of the faith of the clergy is that we all have, in each and every single one of us, the ability, the potential to be a god. That by the virtues of our own actions, we can ascend and become something greater. And this is exemplified by Triogenes, who at one point, many, many centuries ago, was just a mere fisherman. but became a god.
Oh, sure, like a Buddhist situation if it was Christian.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. So what about you then? Sure. I mean, is there something about how you worship your faith that would make them not like you? Aside from the smuggling thing, I guess.
I mean, ours is more. It's more about death and the afterlife and the purity of water and how sort of how we like store and care for the dead. I don't know how that necessarily conflicts with the uh like trials and tribulations of the church, but it seems beyond me at the moment unless there is some sort of deeper connection that I
Yeah, that is odd. I feel like you could do your water worship thing and also think, hey, you know, the water could make me a god. Just have to believe in it enough.
exactly.
So, that is a puzzle.
Yes.
The only thing that I can think of that they wouldn't like about it is the fact that you maybe smuggle things that they don't want out of their hands. Like the ring, for example.
Right. Because if this truly ties into obscurity and the fact that this Facchini person put it into our possession and perhaps not left it with the clergy, uh, wasn't to the liking of the prime.
I don't like what it implicates. The idea that the Primarch has something to do with the obscurity. Makes it seem like that they're in the pocket of like every world leader, which is very alarming. And making me realize we are very, very out of our depth.
The amount of major, not cults, but like mobs.
Shadow organizations?
Yes, it continues to grow.
Right.
It almost gives more questions than answers. It's unfortunate that Quital died and fell to the bottom of that pit. Gotten more out of him.
At least if we could have gotten a finger or something. You have to be so far. It's about to go all the way down there.
Darn Colossus was too tall.
I know. He was very big. Yeah, this is odd. I think while we're talking, Reika puts pants on. And then like helps you pin all this stuff up on the empty side of her board
Yes.
and like matches a bunch of shit with the string. Probably has to like line up another one of her boards that has the obscurity on it. And like have a string go across to the other one.
So we have like multiple boards and multiple threads going on now.
Yeah. I'm just string
Dang.
across boards. There's so much shit.
Very
Just
complicated.
makes it all the more complicated. I don't like it.
And
Sure.
Fiorella is part of the family, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
She's like the leader of the Flint
Yes.
unit
Okay.
of the family. Is there a reason we would believe that she was involved in this?
I don't know that there is a connection there because it's not like she was particularly connected to Leone, right?
Yeah, I don't think she mentioned anything about him whenever we spoke.
So it's
He also didn't have anything to do with the family.
yeah.
He was his own separate thing. I guess that's true. We haven't really found
A connection
people in the
between
family
the
and the
family to
obscurities.
this. Yes. Okay, which
Yeah.
is good.
I
think
that's interesting.
yes, no, I think what I'm thinking of is my connection to the family because we know out of character that Fiorella wants to overtake the clergy.
Right. Yeah.
And so I am because I think the manor deals with the family and the clergy. And
Right. Because the family is Cresselia and then they're religious, but
yes.
that doesn't necessarily mean that they have anything to do with the obscurati.
Right.
Who hasn't made any sign of showing that they're religious to us yet, or have any reason to be connected? I guess until
so
later,
that connection isn't there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we would have no reason to believe that the family is related to any of this. Just the fucking Primarch.
Yes.
And God has no comment on that.
Right. Right. I feel a tickle in the back of my neck, and I don't know why. Yeah.
And as far as we know, Leon Quital was the
he was the
head honcho of
ringleader
everything, right? That we know thus far.
In
at least as far as Flint was concerned.
Yeah, he was the leader of the factory in the Bleak Gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
He wasn't the head guy that we saw at the end of the train.
Not the guy smoking.
Part, right? That was someone different.
You still have not encountered this mystery man, this Nicodemus.
Yeah,
but
weak guy.
But as far as you can tell, Leone Quital was the head of operations in Flint.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it looks like if we want to continue down this obscurati thread, we're gonna have to find our way back to this other group, and that smoking guy that we had saw. But for all we know, they could only be based all the way out there and have nothing to do with the operations in Cauldron Hill.
Yeah, or just be like a larger component to all of it, and he just gives orders from far away or something.
Yes. Well, we can't even rule that out because the Giers were there, right?
Yeah, that's who he was talking to.
Yeah.
It was Luke.
So at the very least, they have a connection to Danor. I guess we would have to connect it through there.
We famously the Norrens did not really get along very well with the clergy.
Reminder that you do have Luke's wife in custody.
Oh yeah, that could be useful.
Octavia.
Right, because she fucking...
Didn't we try questioning her though, and she didn't she kept talking circles around us. At least at the lighthouse when we were trying to.
I think we decided on not questioning her because she was just
because of
nothing.
that. Yeah, she was super difficult.
Yeah, because we thought she was annoying.
Yeah,
we could always try it again, right? If she's in custody, then maybe she's fucking so down. Jesus Christ. She's so annoying. That's an option, you know. We could talk to her.
That is something to keep in mind. We add another like thread to the
Right.
to the
We
board.
just have a picture of Octavia and then a question mark next to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm satisfied with that. We spend the afternoon discussing potential links and elaborating on this new murder board.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Reka's
Um,
happy to be thinking about something that's not
Murder.
her own shit right now.
Hmm.
A little bit of a break from it. She needs it.
Does that leave us with anything else for Shura?
No, I'm good with that.
So, on the misery board, we still have Sigrid and Rekka.
Hi.
Yeah.
Do we want to go from most miserable to least miserable, or least?
Let's end on the most miserable.
But in
Hey,
that
I don't think I'm
case,
gonna be sad. It's just gonna be gross.
hey, sit your ass down.
Okay.
I think Sigurd's is fine. I think.
Let's do cigarettes, and then I'm gonna go to the kitchen to grab a beer.
And then we do.
Need a beer.
That
for-
bad?
It'll be as bad as you make it.
Well, okay. Yeah. We'll see, I guess.
I mean, the main thing Sigrid wants to do is she'll spend a little bit of time helping out in North Shore, like any repairs and stuff that might be needed. She'll help out with that for a little bit, but the main thing she wants to do is she wants to meet up with her buddy Kane, see if he's learned anything new, and if he hasn't, then
All right.
I'm gonna take him snooping.
Okay. So let's start with you helping out around town. Obviously, you, a newly knighted knight, helping around in the reconstruction effort, makes the news.
Oh, great!
Nice.
But I mean, the news are what they are. But the people that are there working every day, they're just grateful that you're showing up and helping out.
Yeah, she doesn't want it to be like a whole thing, so she's like trying to be low key about it. But if it ends up in the news anyways, then,
Reporters show up every once in a while, but
oh my god,
your concern is just making things work out, right? Like you
Yeah.
want to restore and replenish whatever was left in in the wake of Bourne's walk.
she just I think the main thing for
I
her
don't
is
know if I could call it a rampage.
the main thing for her is she just doesn't like seeing people's homes destroyed like this.
Yeah, like yeah, you're really just trying to help out, and these reporters come by, they try to look for something salacious, but you don't really have anything of that nature to like drop. Like you just want to help people out. So unless you really want to drill something in for the tabloids, we can move on to Kane.
No, she very much avoids the reporters.
So you meet up with Kane, and he looks exhausted, and he says,
How have things been going for you?
"I've been trailing Pemberton, and well, for one, he has very good security.
I can imagine.
I don't think he's in town very much, to be honest.
Really? Do you have any idea where he's going?
I'm not sure. It's not. I don't think it's in Reserve. He's quite a ways out, from what I can tell. But he's not indolent. That much is certain. He comes around every once in a while, but otherwise, he leaves his factories to his workers.
You up to do a little sneaking around?
It won't be easy. Those factories are pretty well guarded.
She kind of like elbows him, and she's like, I think the two of us can handle this.
Well, if you saw. I mean,
What
I'm
could go
just
wrong?
smart. If you get caught, you lose your job in the RHC.
Yeah, but I'm getting antsy, and that job is a lot more than I thought it would be.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. You're all in the news now. So you didn't sign up
Yeah.
for that.
Most definitely not. But it's kind of what I asked for, I guess. So
Well, I think he's got some sort of a assembly station up in the north, up in Parody Lake. A factory where he's putting things together. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is they're putting together, but it's one of their central hubs here in Flint. But I'm not. Do you have any ideas how we could get in?
I don't know about you, but I'm pretty good at sneaking and breaking and entering.
Dude, it's not exactly my area of expertise, but I can do it if I can try if I have to.
If things get
I'm more of the type to rough up people I can question.
if things get out of hand a little, then you can back out of there, or just knock whoever we run into out.
Not leaving you in there alone.
I think she kind of rolls her eyes a little, but she looks appreciative.
We got people counting on us back home.
She doesn't say anything to that.
I know this hasn't been what you've been expecting. Pemberton's been a lot harder to get to than we both expected.
Yeah, honestly, I thought when we came here, I thought I might be back home by now, but
You got a lot of money around. I know it. Money makes things hard. You got enough money, you can cover up anything.
well, let's see what we can do to take some of it away from him, maybe.
What do you propose?
Well, if we're going to be sneaking into anywhere, we should probably wait until nighttime at least.
I would say that would be wise.
And have you seen that? Do you have any idea of their patrols? Do they have patrols on the outside, at least?
They usually have 2 guards stationed outside of their factories any time of day. Once we get
Guards,
in,
okay.
that's our primary concern. Once we get in, we can probably finagle our way around, but we need to get through the front gate first.
Do they keep the guards at the front?
Unless we want to, they keep the guards at the front. Unless we want to take an alternate route.
In that case, we can just go over the walls in the back if we just want to avoid them entirely.
The windows are probably quite reinforced, but we can give it a shot.
I think that would be better than showing our faces to the guards. Or having to interact with them in any way.
So say we get in. What are we looking for?
any idea of what he's currently working on. It's the main thing. Any idea of... She kind of thinks back to those, like, mechanized drakes she saw. And I think she wants to see if they can find, like, any blueprints about that, or maybe any sort of idea of, like, if those are actually, like, real drakes that he's turned into mechanized versions, or...
Tie it all back to what he stole from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have definite proof of it.
Kane says, as far as I know, he's not in town right now. Do you want to do it tonight?
Yeah, let's go.
See you here tonight. The factory is shut down at 8. Let's do 9.
Sounds good.
Unless you have a better idea.
That works for me.
All right. See you then.
She gives a nod.
And then so Kane he departs and then return, and you guys meet up at 9 p.m. later that day, unless you do anything else.
Nope. Nothing for her.
And you guys are like in a side alley, and you do see guards watching the facility.
Yeah, we're gonna avoid them and head to the back and try to scale the wall or something.
Can I get a stealth check from you?
Yep. That is a 21.
Can't do shit about a 21. You sneak around the back with Kane, and you guys pry open the window and you creep on in. What are you looking for? How does this go?
What does this factory look like when I get in?
There's a whole lot of assembly lines. So on the first floor, it's all like assembly lines. Second floor, are offices. Do you wander around the first floor?
Does it look like do they have anything like in the assembly lines at the moment?
If you're gonna wander around the assembly floor, can I get a stealth check?
Okay. That's a 23.
Son of a bitch.
I have a pretty good stealth.
You start poking around, and littered around the assembly floor are various prototypes. The general idea seems to be kind of all the same. But the exact application and execution is where it differs. These all seem to be mechanical frames that you could put perhaps a soldier in to guide them to do particular tasks and services.
So mech suits. Okay.
It's all
Do
very early development from what you can tell.
So they all look like they all look like they're like combat related?
Make an investigation check.
Ooh, that's a +0.
Kane is helping you. You can roll with advantage.
Okay. That would have been a natural one. In that case, it's just a straight 19.
19. The primary purposes of these mechanical constructs are military, but you find some references to the possibility that if they could miniaturize these, They could be used in prosthetics.
Hmm. So how big are they? Are they like 10 feet tall or like?
Yeah, they're about 10 feet tall. Basically, picture the mech suits from Alien.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're very rudimentary. It's basically just a mechanical frame that you would sit in.
Okay.
There is one other thing that sticks out with a 19. You're poking around. Well, one, you do find the overarching project name. You find a couple random journal entries, right?
Yeah.
So it appears currently Pemberton's primary concern is something called Project TK. And that seems to be his code name for these mech suits. So Project
Okay.
TK.
Okay.
Wow, I lost my train of thought. And sorry, give me a moment to regather my train of thought. It is not Donkey Kong.
I like that more than Tyler.
It could be Donkey Kong.
We don't fucking talk about Tyler Quad in my fucking field of view.
Why we can talk about Donkey Kong.
See, this is why you prefer Donkey
It's
Kong.
trauma.
Yeah, so Project PK seems to cover these military constructs as well as potential down the road medical applications. But you do find a connection between Project TK and the prior mechanoid, like Drake military machines, right? Both these projects, as you're looking around, seem to use an experimental biofuel that that Pemberton is currently working on cultivating or at best replicating.
So, are there notes on what this biofuel stuff is?
It is kept very secure, but it is there are multiple references to a proprietary biofuel.
Okay. And do
Fucking
none of the
Donkey
stuff I
Kong.
see, none of the stuff I see with related to these mechs, or I don't see like any of the mechanoid stuff here, the Drake stuff here.
It's kind of similar design, but like upscaled.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so make of that what you will.
Okay. So is that just the assembly line floor, or does that cover the offices too?
You start poking around in the offices too. So yeah, the offices kind of like clear up what you found on the ground floor.
Okay, so that's probably like where the journal entries and stuff are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's about all you find. You guys managed to sneak around pretty well.
Okay. After maybe about like probably like 30 minutes or so of just sneaking around, and I think she just does straight up take all the journal entries and stuff, and just stuffs them in her bag. And once we've done like a once over of the entire place, she'll motion to Kane that we should probably get out of here before we push it for too long.
All right. You and Kane just after a little bit more of digging around, you guys get the hell out of there before anyone catches on. With the rest of your downtime, do you do anything with this information?
Mm, I don't know who I would talk to about biofuel.
Rekka?
Yeah, Rekka or Shura seem to make the
Man,
most sense.
Yeah.
resident engineer.
Imagine going to Rook and being like, so biofuel. And Rook
What do you know
being
about
like,
biofuel?
She's like, what the fuck are you saying? I don't even know what those words mean
It's
together.
honestly like,
Do you mean food?
I feel like Sigurd probably
Cook you food. Why are you asking so weirdly?
Sigurd
Sure,
might not really
okay.
know what biofuel is either. He's just kind of like,
Rook is like, do you want food? Do you want me to cook you something? Like, what?
Do you need
what
fuel? I think she'll hold off for now on talking to anyone about this.
All right. Do you do anything else with your downtime?
That is all for Sigurd.
All right, and then that will leave us with Rekka.
Hello.
Let's take a bathroom break.
Sounds like a great idea.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow, it's
probably
already
all the
11?
time. I know.
We're not getting
We've
to
Be like
you
that
know,
with
we've been
anything.
downtime.
to the RP.
Yeah,
We
Where
love
did the
it,
time
yeah.
go?
What can we
It's,
say?
we like our RP.
We all had things to do.
Yeah.
All right.
And back.
I am as well.
Hello back.
Oh. Are you
Hello
dead?
as well.
Christ. You got us with the double whammy.
Yeah.
Hello.
Whoa.
Oh.
It's the roll call check.
Yeah, first has to say hello pathetically.
Well, Steph and Jeb haven't said it yet, so.
They're not here yet.
It's fine.
I forgot I was muted.
Oh, does that mean you helloed to us?
Yeah.
Did you have one again?
Oh, you helloed. Hello.
Perfect.
I only said it once. I cannot believe this.
Every time. Always gets you. It's always
I know.
tragic.
I know. Like I usually when we're doing break or whatever, I'll mute on Discord just in case, just so I don't like accidentally
Right.
hit something here and
Oh, yeah.
unmute. But then I forget about it because the light on my mic is on. And I'm like, why are they not? Why can't they hear me?
Why are we talking like Steph's not here? Oh.
Like,
You know,
it's
whenever
ridiculous.
anyone
Wait,
whenever
finish.
anyone is like, I accidentally muted for a few minutes, I just remember it can't be as bad as my friend who was muted for 1 hour and didn't realize it.
Oh my god. Like talking to you the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time we're like, where is she? And then she thought we were joking. She was like, oh, come on,
Like, I remember
guys.
you telling us this story and it boggles my mind
Yeah.
every time.
I've done worse things, like accidentally on call at work.
Oh god.
So I tweeted this, but I don't think I shared it with the wider audience. I work at home most days, even though I'm not supposed to. So
Must
that
be
means
nice.
working in bed. So that means just working in bed.
That's
And
nice.
if I'm working in bed, I may or may not have my shirt on.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So about 6 months ago, I went on vacation. And
It's
when
like,
I came
okay,
back,
we're in a story.
there were a bunch of updates that had to be installed in my laptop. Then I got on a client call, and about a minute into the call, I realized my webcam was on.
Oh no! Oh no!
The call hadn't officially started, and I shut everything down. And to
This is
date, I have not been fired.
Yet.
Well, that's a good sign. Oh wait.
This is
I
how
did
I
catch
would like die.
I did catch what set it off was one guy on the client team giving me a real weird look, and I was like, "Oh, wait, no, shut that down."
This
Well,
is
if it
why
makes
they're
you
not going to
feel
promote
better,
you.
That one time.
If it makes
I
you feel
took my
better, I've
photo of
meowed
my
on a call.
webcam one time
So
without
Oh,
my
that's
shirt
good.
on.
Incredible.
Amazing.
I love it.
That was more.
but no one said anything. So
Like a full meow. That's like worse than someone like meowing back or something.
yeah.
Imagine.
That's
I
what I
was
would
at
have done.
home and my cat was next to me and I was just like, I forgot I was unmuted. So then I meowed to my cat and I was like, oh shit, I'm
Oops.
unmuted. But then everyone just kept going on and I was just like, oh my god.
You're
Like
like,
just
That'd be
kept
so
talking
much
after I did
worse.
that.
Ugh.
yeah, like that entire day, like I knew someone must have seen me unshirted. But no one said
Exposed.
anything. No one said anything.
God.
And it's
I
been
mean,
6
what can
months
you
and
say to that?
no one has called me into an office. So I'm just gonna pretend it never happened.
Yeah, for the
Fucking
better,
incredible. Oh my
probably.
god.
Like,
Because I don't know if it's
that
better if they
happened,
don't say anything or not.
I don't know,
Right.
man. Like, if that happened to me, not being David in this situation, but like if I just saw a coworker do that, I'd just be like, I saw nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
No,
Wipe it from my
no, I
mind.
am not. Yeah,
It's not for
did not
me.
happen. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
it's
probably do
like
that
the kind
too.
of thing where it's like, oh, they probably will be embarrassed, more embarrassed about it. So,
Yeah,
Right, if you get called
so
out, no.
the
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
only the only thing that happened was the client looking at me funny one time real quick, and then I immediately shut the laptop down, and then we figured everything out. So again, haven't been fired. Hopefully, I don't get fired.
That guy was probably like, I'm not gonna say shit. But thank you.
And then
Why be
about
a
2
part of
hours
this?
later, I had a call with my manager who was on the call to talk about some other things, and she didn't bring it up.
Well, there you go then.
You're in the clear.
yeah, although I feel like although if you've been in a position where you're like a very busy person, you see that kind of shit and you're like, nah, that didn't happen. I didn't see it. And immediately just like delete it out of your brain.
Right.
Good, because it was mortifying.
It's one of those things where
I
you
can
yourself
imagine,
will always remember it, but maybe
but
no one else
will.
might.
Yeah.
I will always remember meowing on a call,
Look,
but I don't know if
me
anyone else
remembering-
will.
There's no way anybody else will remember me
Look,
now. I'm gonna
Me
call.
remembering things that no one else is going to remember is the very foundation of all my mental illness. But
Same. The anxiety, crazy. But then it's like the same time, no one else gives a shit when you bring it up. They're like, "Did that happen? I don't remember that." And you're like, "Really?"
oh, you don't remember it? I remember every single detail.
Yeah, I actually remember every single detail, and I think about it every night before I go to bed.
Yeah, right. Sometimes I'm having a good day, and I'm like, I remember that one time.
Everybody hates me. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, good. I'm not alone in being a total
Oh,
fucking weirdo.
Certainly not. I feel ya.
Let's get back to our game.
Let's be weirdos in game instead,
Yeah. That feels much safer.
because at least that way we applaud whenever it happens.
So I think for downtime, we just
Yes.
have Grappa left.
Hi,
Hi.
Beautiful.
I'm present. Yeah, I'm gonna do some stuff. I've got like shit written down, so do you mind if I like take the reins for like 5-10 minutes?
No, go ahead. What I'm gonna do is when you're done.
Okay, that's fine. I'm sure it'll be great to happen when
Yeah.
it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, great. I'm gonna do this like I'm not gonna like explain everything that happens because I tried writing all of that out and it ended up being so fucking long. So instead I'm just gonna like give you guys a series of like little vignettes and you can fill in the details in your own brains.
Yeah, that works.
So we were in a noir film. Now picture we are in a slasher. And we'll start with this. So like this whole like 2-month period, Reika's like she shows up to work in the morning and we have like a team meeting and then a meeting with Delft, and she probably like does like stuff that she has to do formally every day, but then for the rest of the day, for like the entire 2-month period, she is out of the office because she's like forcing herself to just do field work, and like that's it. And by that I mean it's like catching like Kel's goons and arresting them, or like finding obscurati guys, like we said earlier, and just interrogating them and bringing them in.
And even without your involvement, Kel's goons are showing up dead every other day because
Right. So and like I want to make a point to say that like whenever she's out doing stuff on the clock, she's not killing anybody. It's all arrests. She's like making that like there's like a very clear line for her there that none of these guys, when they're in her hands, they are not dying. Well, at least they might get beaten up or something because a struggle might happen, but she doesn't kill anybody yet. So there's like a point, at work, I think, where Reika's like thumbing through file folders on Kel's goons. We probably have like some sort of paper database of all of them, and she pulls one file out with a name and a mugshot on it that like no one gives a fuck about or recognizes. It's just some guy that's a Kel goon. And she takes the whole folder out of the drawer and puts it in her bag and takes it home. And the next time we see her, she's it's nighttime. Very, very late at night. It's like 2 a.m. and she's in an alley watching a bar in Parody Lake, and she's watching this same guy. He's kind of like probably like a decently sized dude, I'm sure, but like also just kind of like a middle-aged jackass. And he's at one point he stumbles out of this bar. It's closing time, so it's like 2 a.m. and he's like totally shit-faced. And Rika just watches him from an alley, and as he leaves the bar, presumably to go home, she follows behind. They walk for a while, and I think the guy on his route home, which I'm sure she probably mapped out, he walks by an abandoned warehouse that Rika recognizes from photos of one of Jaeger's murders. And at that point, she approaches this guy inebriated from behind and just nails him in the head with a brick.
Okay, before we proceed, I should probably tell you this.
Yes.
So you've been keeping an eye on all these murders that fit the MO of the Ragman.
Mm-hmm.
The final Ragman murder seemed to have occurred about 3 days before you ventured into the Bleak Gate and found Bourne. There's been nothing that you could possibly link to the Ragman since.
It's also probably just been like a shit show.
Yeah.
Very like too. So it's like there's no way to be able to find him. Okay.
Proceed.
Good to know. So she nails him in the back of the head with a brick that she found. And then she just like shoves him inside the warehouse. And for a fun little thing for our visuals, it's pitch black in the warehouse. We can't see shit as viewers. Like completely nothing's on screen, and so all we hear are sounds of like shuffling and groaning, what seems to be like a struggle. At the very least, you can recognize like the shouts from Breaka, and then like the shouts from the other guy as they're like having a struggle. And then there's like an echoing bang and a flash of light from her revolver. And it seems like even though she shot her gun, the bullet went wide. Everything goes dark again. Then the weapon clatters to the ground like it was pushed out of her hand or something. The struggle continues, and then there's like a like a dull thud, like a bone hitting brick, and all goes quiet for a while. Then it's almost like if you stood below like a tangling coil of overhead power lines, there's like a deep thrumming electrical hum, like the kind that you feel in your jaw and in your rib cage. When that starts to happen, the scarring on Reika's arms and neck sort of flash a light with this like bluish green, like teal bioluminescence. And it darts from her chest underneath her shirt to the tips of her fingers. And it almost like pulses in tune with every heartbeat. And I think from what little this shows, we do see at the very least that it's now noticeable the position of her hand, because it's already knuckle deep in her victim's chest.
Ugh.
Blood spraying recklessly across her arm and clothes. And with each heartbeat, as they grow faster and faster as the adrenaline kicks in, her hand plunges deeper until fingers wrap around his heart and she rips it out.
Oh!
Are
Are you looking for answers or just violence?
Just you wait. Just you wait. Where was I? Yeah, so the light from her arms on her skin fades away, but before it fades, we just get a final image of her holding the organ in her hand, and then it goes dark. They're shuffling again. Like she's not sure what to do now that she just fucking took it. And then it almost seems like in a panic, there's more hitting of something, a thud that turns from a thud to a crack to a squelch.
Ooh.
And then one final sound, like a dropped sack of rice. Then everything is suffocatingly quiet.
Everything does go very quiet.
Yeah, there's the next scene vignette we get, I think, is time passes. Instead of the warehouse being pitch black, moonlight trickles in from a skylight above, and we can make out Reika standing over a bloody pulp of a corpse.
Ooh.
And she has copies of the official documentation of the moratorium strewn about the body. And written over top of some of the papers in her own blood, it reads, one of them reads, Wolltest du das von mir? Which means, is this what you wanted from me? And then another one says, Nutze deinen Zeitpunkt, which basically means carpe diem. And then we get another scene where it says like 5-10 minutes later or something. And the adrenaline wears off, the cortisol wears off, and Reika devolves into like crippling fucking shock.
Ooh.
She doubles over near this guy, probably collapsing into like the blood that's just been seeping out of him, and vomits. She's gasping for air and she's choking on it, and all that comes up out of her mouth is blood. Something is like so wrong. We've seen this before, but blood leaks from her eyes, from her nose, and from her ears. She can't see, she can't hear, she can barely breathe. And she reaches a finger into her mouth and swears she feels teeth that weren't there before. In her eyes, her scleras are blood-soaked, as they have been in the past, but one eye has 2 pupils and the other has 3. She thinks briefly, in a panic, that this is either death or a metamorphosis. And then the scene cuts away, and we get one more where she decides to leave the warehouse. And stumble her way through like the entire fucking district at 4 a.m. And she finds herself in front of Shura's door.
Oh boy.
And knocks on it. Probably a couple times because it's also really late or really early in the morning.
Yeah, I guess it takes a few knocks, but eventually like the door I can't tell if it gets like opened really fast with Shura like at attention, or if it opens really slowly with her being like, you know what time it is.
Oh.
I
think Reika's definitely knocking a lot. Like frantically.
I think yes, I think like the door gets pulled open very like abruptly, and Shura is standing there like at the ready and is like expecting someone dangerous, but then it's just Rekka. And then
She also looks fucking crazy.
yeah. And she's like, Do you look normal by now, or
No, I don't think so. I think she still has like just everything's a mess. She probably didn't even think about wiping all the blood off.
okay?
So it's
So
like her blood, someone else's blood. She can barely see, barely hear
okay,
you.
yes, I think Shura just goes through like multiple phases of disbelief at once. It's like, oh, it's not some burglar. What are you doing here? And then like she takes in your appearance and is like, oh, something happened. This isn't good. Quick, come inside. And she just like pulls your arm over her shoulders and like drags you inside and slams the door behind.
Yeah, I think right when you slam the door and she can like settle and like be in somewhere safe, she passes out on the
Jeez.
floor.
Yeah, Shura just like mutters to herself, "What have you done now?" And then like drags you over to like a guest room or something and just rolls you onto the bed and starts hooking up like an IV bag and like uh dumps her medical bag like on the side table and is like, "Okay, well, here we go." And starts like cleaning you up and like sketching out the weird things in your eyes and all of this stuff.
Hell yeah. I think it probably takes maybe like an hour and a half or something for her to come to.
I think by the time you do, I would say it probably took like an hour to get you cleaned up and sort of take a quick preliminary um like look over everything and make sure you're at least alive and not going through like cardiac arrest or something. Um so you come to and there's a candle by the side of the bed and Shura is just sitting there drinking coffee, like staring at you. And um I think it's not quite within arm's reach, but you see her pole arm is like off on the like opposite side of the room, like hanging, not hanging, but like leaning up against the wall. And um I'm just like, what did you do yourself?
Um, Great question.
Mhm.
Would it be shitty to say you should have seen the other guy?
There is a like long sigh, and I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'm having a hard time remembering.
Here, and I hand you um a cup of like very crappy quality booze.
Ah, thank you. Will wake me up.
I was gonna make an extra cup of coffee, but I figure this would work better.
You are right to think so. Thank you. Um, I did not think I would be waking up in your house. Frankly, I don't know how I got here. But thank you.
As you are talking, I take like a flashlight up to your eyes, and I've got like a stethoscope up to your chest. Okay. whatever effects were on you seem to have worn off for now. But let's start from the beginning. What is the... What do you remember from, I guess, last night?
Um. Oh, God. Oh, God. Is anyone else here?
No, just me.
No.
Okay. I was tracking one of Kel's minions off the clock. And I wanted to try something different in my approach, I guess. You know, I've been busy. I've never been. I haven't been in the office at all. And sorry, I'm scattered. Let me start from the. Can I start from the very beginning before today, last night?
Yes, the more context, the better.
Do you know why I don't sleep normally? Like 8 hours a day, only at night.
I suspect it's
I
all the
know.
alcohol you put in yourself. And if not, it's
Well,
likely the nightmares from Mama or something or other.
it's close. When I close my eyes for any longer than 20 minutes, I start seeing something behind my eyelids. It's like a inky black serpent worming around my peripheral. I don't know what it is, and frankly, I'm terrified of it. So I try not to sleep any longer than I have to function. Night after night, it's there constantly. And lately, I've been finding that it's been growing more insistent on showing itself while I am awake. It's been frustrating, and it's making me impatient and irritated. The biggest reason why I'm not at the office that much because I would be taking out my frustrations on whatever is in front of me, and I didn't want that to be any of you. So I did to everybody else. The problem is, for that, I think anybody else would have ignored it. This thing I'm seeing, or I'm feeling, in my head, in my body, in my blood, or they would have hid from it. But I am grotesque. Unknowing is more maddening than knowing. I think what I needed was to know what it wants, what it hungers for. And then she looks down at her hands and sees that there's like blood underneath her fingernails. And she says, I now know what it wants, what it hungers for. That's what I did this night. I found one of Kel's men, previous men. He was a really shitty guy. You have to believe me on that. Sure. Everything in his file folder talked about how every woman in his life filed abuse charges against him. It wasn't pretty. So I decided to try and give in to what my blood is telling me to do. I took his heart out.
Ooh.
Sure,
Ooh.
is it still in my bag? Did you check my bag?
Is that why your bag ripping?
Oh.
Fuck.
I thought you had put other clothes in there from when you were in battle. I look over and you can see this like bloody puddle in the corner of the room where Rekka's bag is.
Why did you put it on the carpet? Like I should come out.
I have hospital grade cleaners. I can. I was worried about
I'm
you, not about my carpet.
Well, I appreciate that. More than anything, I appreciate that. We can, we can get rid of it. I don't think I need it. As much as I could probably find a use for it, I don't want to look at it.
Did this happen, or I guess begin to happen after the whole venture into the Bleak Gate?
Yeah.
Has this?
Well, I mean, it's been an ongoing thing. You were there to witness the start of it.
So you believe this is because of your prior experimentation?
I think so. Now that I've done it, it's hard for me to draw a distinction between the experiments, what we've put inside of me and myself. Like I crossed a line, and when I turn around to look at it, it is gone. Like there was never one to begin with.
This is not good, Rekka. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you
think-
this, but
I had to know. Sure, it would have been worse if I didn't know. I think.
now
Now
that
that
you
I do, maybe
know,
I can control it.
now what?
Try to control it. Or do it again.
Certain that you can?
I'm the kind of person that finds great comfort in certainty. And with that context, I will say no. I'm not. I'm terrified. Do you see my hand shaking? I don't shake, ever. This is very new.
I take out my journal and flip to the sketch that I took of her eyes, and I just hand it to her. It's changing you, Rekka.
My God. Are they still like that?
Not now. Seems to have passed. But I can tell you with all my medical expertise, this is not something I have seen before. Whatever you have brought upon yourself, this is uncharted ground.
You know, it's hard for me to not find that exciting, right?
Worried you would say
Discovery.
that.
Something new. If he hasn't done this because of his biology, and I have, it's one, a leg up, and two, a new invention. Never before seen.
Yes, but at what
Yeah,
cost? Look at yourself. I like grip your hands and I hold them up to your face and you can see my hand shaking while trying to hold you steady. I don't know if you can continue going on like this. You were passed out for almost 2 hours. I understand that you could see this as an advantage to use, perhaps against him, the time comes. But what if it doesn't work? What if you miss? If you go down for an hour, who knows what he could do to you?
Then I will hone it. Perfect it.
How many
I
hearts
can
will
do
it
better.
take for you to...
Just a start. Can't be that many, right? Only a few. I'm efficient. Maybe it will only take 2 or 3.
I sigh again very deeply and reach into my bag and pull out a bottle of pills. Empty one out. I'll refill your glass and give it to you.
God, you're making me take a pill with booze.
No,
It's like
I
some
very
crack
specifically put, like, you can see me empty out the rest of the... It's not a full glass, but the rest of my coffee coffee
Gotcha.
pot, yeah, into it.
For a second, I thought you were gonna like empty out like the liquor you poured me in, and Reiko would have done like a little sad grabby. Like, no, don't do that.
I don't know how much I can help you other than through recovery. But this goes on for too long. And too often, you're going to attract attention. This is not something that can continue for a long... We have official business that we need to take care of. This is happening
our
as
jobs.
you try to sleep. And sleep will always come whether you like it or not.
Well, luckily, I don't sleep for 8 hours every night. I've prepared for that, at least.
That's why you have issues.
Yeah, that's why I'm a raging alcoholic.
One of the reasons. Let's be real.
One of the many reasons.
Have you tried sleeping?
Mm-mm. No, I need to be working. I cannot be sleeping. That's 8 hours wasted. I could be working then.
I could blame you, but that's also that's also my explanation IRL for staying up till 1 in the morning. So
I can only be
Don't remind
thankful
me.
that
I
you
have things to do.
had the foresight or subconscious decision within yourself to come here.
Willpower.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I panicked at the end of all of that. And you were the only one I could think of. Because I thought I was dying. Or at the very least, something was wrong.
Something was certainly.
You are the only one I know and I trust to do as much as you can to make sure that I stay alive. No one else has ever done that for me. I do not expect anyone else will. Even within the party, the team. I trust some of them, but not in the way that I trust you. I think that's what was going through my mind. I just knew you could help. And when this, I guess this, whatever, me, I need to continue my work. I can't stop doing it just because I killed someone. We've killed before. Plenty of times.
We have, but not like this. And I point to the bag.
Okay, we don't keep parts, sure. Organs, fine. But I've seen what Sigrid can do with that animal of hers. It's just as gruesome. And you don't see me or any of us going to her and saying, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. Even Ryukin with that sword. Sure, I killed a man and I took his heart. I didn't even know I was doing it. Well, I did, but I didn't. Anyway.
That is the part that we need to... And
What, not knowing?
yes. The more you can remember, the more we can try to understand.
Then that's what I'll work on. And it only seems like with time, when I become more used to it, that I'll be more cognizant when it happens. Because I have to tell you, I decided to do this. Even if I have a trouble remembering what happened, whether or not that was like traumatic or something, I chose to kill him. I planned it like days in advance.
So it's
So it
just
seems like
the act
act?
of it that slipped your memory.
Yeah, maybe because it was messy and I had never done it before. That I can work on. Get used to it. Rickett like tries to stand.
I push you back into the bed.
Oh, come on. I just wanted to get my notebook.
I walk over and very
So you didn't have to get inside of my bag.
carefully pick
What
up the
now?
bag, and
Uh,
I grab like a towel or something and just place it on top and then give you the bag.
oh, sure. Don't put it on top of a towel. That the thread count. It's so high. This is such a lovely towel. You're going to ruin it.
Holy fucking
Sorry.
therapy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Rika just takes out her notebook and just like
Therapy?
furiously
Yeah,
starts
get
taking
it.
notes. Yeah, hey, watch it. I'll kill you too.
I can do what I can to keep you from going into shock, but if you're going to continue doing this, please give me a heads up next time.
Rika nods. I will. I will. It took me some time to plan, so I will let you know. But I'm going to fucking murder someone again. Christ.
And if
For
you
real
want anything better than that, and I point to the cup, you're gonna have to bring some of your own stash.
Right. I'll make sure to have some. Well, I think I have Rika pulls her flask out of her bag, and it's like dripping with blood. Should probably wash that before I drink out of it. No
Okay.
matter. Oscar's anyway.
Please, that is not your blood.
Some of it might be mine. I don't know. I have
So
wounds.
what? Is that the entirety of your conversation with Shora?
Probably. I think Rika stays for as long at the very bare minimum amount of time that Shora will let her. And then she probably leaves.
Okay, in that case, it is time for me to have my fun.
Yay. We take
Yes.
turns here.
We do take turns. And I take my turns at your expense.
Oh, very good. I love
Yes,
that.
of course. So this is about 3 days after you've had this conversation with Shora.
Hmm.
And it is about a week and a half before the start of the adventure.
Very good.
Come home late one night. Rekka, you're tired. You just want to crash. Like, it's been an exhausting day in the office. But when you get to your apartment, there's a guy sitting on your doorstep.
Ugh. I
He's
recognize him?
You've never seen this guy before. He's human. He's in his early 20s. He's a young dude. And as you approach, he says, You miss Grotesque?"
Constable. Grotesque. But
Apologies.
yes.
Got a package for you.
Are you a mailman? It's very late.
I was told to drop this off. He pulls out a box that is about 8 by 5 by 5 inches. Not centimeters. We don't use a
I thought you were going to say
metric
feet. And I was like, from where?
From his
8
bag of
by
holding.
5 by 5 inches.
Okay.
Steph, I'm sorry. You can do the metric calculation there on your own. I'm not going to do that.
5.5 inches is 2.54, right? Centimeters?
8 by 5 by 5.
Let's do volumetric math right now.
And guy, he says to you as you approach, I've got a package for you.
From who?
Some guy.
What? Just some guy?
Told me to drop it off for you.
Where the fuck did you get this?
Met him at a bar. He said he'd know you.
What do you look like?
Well dressed, middle aged. Seems like he's had some work done.
Like Botox?
A little bit more advanced than Botox.
Feathers? Sorry. I will take it.
You take it. He hands you the box. And he lingers for a moment unless you say anything. And it is a top opening box.
If he lingers, Reika's just gonna like stay within like 5-10 feet of him, just in case it's a bomb. So he blows up too.
He says, I'm just curious.
You're curious.
Yeah. Kind of
What is
sketchy.
what is your name?
My name's Jimmy.
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 Jimmy, the box delivery man. Okay, sure. She will stand in front of him and then open the top of the box, but in such a way that he can't see what's inside.
You open the top of the box. As you lift the top of the box, you look down and fit very snugly into the box. You can see a jar.
That's pleasant.
You can't see the jar because you haven't pulled it out yet, but you do see the lid. And on the lid, in a inscribed on a very faded label, is a date you'll never forget. The date, Gerhard Jaeger showed you what he had done to your mother. The date, your father burned his lab to the ground.
Reika shuts the lid very quickly. Turns to Jimmy and says, "Thank you very much. I appreciate your kindness. I'm not giving you a tip. Please go home."
I suppose I suppose I shall be on my way.
Yes, Danke. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, be safe.
He leaves.
Reika rushes into her apartment.
You rush inside.
Puts it down on her workbench, opens it up again, and pulls the jar out.
Okay, here we go.
Great.
You pull the jar out, and inside is a extremely well preserved wet specimen. Within the jar, floating in its preservative liquid, is a heart. Humanoid, by your estimation. Under the jar, there is a note, if you pull it out and read it.
Yeah, she'll set the jar down gingerly and take the note out.
The note reads, "She held you so closely in her heart in her final days, but she never knew you like I do.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Yeah. You're right. You're right.
So, have fun with that."
she'll just set the note down next to the jar, very quietly, walk over to her bathroom, throw up in the toilet.
Yeah, I figured.
Yep. Probably scream a little bit into the bowl so it's muffled. Uh,
Do you want to bring your mom's heart into the toilet?
no, it will stay there on her
Okay.
workbench. She has to
Gotcha.
really figure out what to do with that.
Yeah, just checking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think she just has like a staring contest with it for a while.
Yeah. It's not going anywhere.
No. Gets like Reika is very she like casually drinks almost all the time. I mean, it's like the like one of the only liquids she drinks. But she doesn't like get drunk. She just sort of like stays at a baseline buzzed kind of all the time, I think. So it's not very easy for her to get drunk. But in this moment, she gets absolutely fucking blasted. It goes through like a bottle and a half of some bourbon or something.
I can't blame you.
Yeah, it doesn't
Make of
sleep
that
well either.
make of that what you will.
Yeah. Great. Awesome. I love it. I was going to ask about the curse, but do we think that's maybe too much?
You could try.
I mean, she's just killed someone. And she's planning on killing again. So do we want to do the curse on her gun?
Oh, that curse.
Where she has to kill someone every day or else she'll kill herself?
I mean, that would depend on your alignment.
I mean,
Yes,
it might be a little.
I need to pull up your gun again.
Yeah, it just says when attuned by an evil creature, the full potential of the revolver is sealed, locked in its dormant state. In addition, when cursed, the creature must kill a sentient being daily and smear the revolver with its blood.
Oh shit.
If it's not done, the creature suffers a -1
I would
penalty
still,
per
I would
day
still,
to
I would still,
intelligence.
I would still currently put you at. I mean, I would put you currently as
Neutral.
chaotic neutral.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
Veering very closely into,
Right on the edge.
yeah. You're pushing it.
Just really pushing it. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, then I don't have to kill anybody every day, which I like.
Yeah.
So.
Now you just have to live with your mom's heart in a jar.
Yeah. Right. Every day. See, now that's my Edgar Allan Poe Telltale Heart.
Yeah. The literal heart.
Jar. Yeah. Christ.
Would you like to do anything with that before we move on from downtime?
I have no idea where she would put it.
Yeah, neither do I. What is the appropriate place to put your mom's heart in a jar?
That's the thing. I think she's the kind of like freak ass scientist bitch to have like other preserved things in jars, like an eyeball or like a finger or like an animal fetus or something. Just like mad scientist core type situation. But her own mom's heart taken out by someone else in a jar, very well preserved, no botulism present.
You want to taste it for botulism?
No.
I didn't want to RP that.
No. Cannibalism is not out of the question for Reiko, but not her mom's heart.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Yeah. I think she just like leaves it like the centermost place in her workshop space. Make sure nothing touches it.
All right. Wow.
It's a centerpiece now. Like
With that final piece of trauma, does anyone else want to chime in on downtime? Going once. Going twice. Sold?
Sold. To the next adventure.
Okay. No takers. We can proceed to the actual adventure now.
There are 2 people muted, just so you know you're muted.
Are you
God
guys
damn it.
alive?
And one more
Hello?
thing. No, we're good. I'm fine. I'm alive. I forgot once again.
Everyone heard all of that just now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Honestly, I should stop doing this.
Doing
I should
what?
stop muting on Discord. I always forget.
Yeah, you're muted like the whole time.
God damn it. I mean, and I didn't say anything about
I didn't think so. But
important. Yeah.
No.
I was invested.
We can proceed in a moment. I accidentally closed all the relevant handouts today.
very good.
Did you think, I'm just gonna call it a day?
No,
You're gonna
I
be
actually don't know when I closed these handouts. It might have been like a roll 20 glitch when I just switched maps.
Oh. Yeah, roll tiny little glitch. It'll happen.
What a great downtime activity to end on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't get nice things to end on in this campaign.
We started with
No.
divorce and ended with
Murder.
mom's heart.
Yeah.
Okay, so very last call for downtime activities.
I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
there's not anything unless Nastia suddenly wants to reveal everything she found out, which I doubt is gonna happen.
No, they're fighting. She now has new information, but it's like whatever. She's not gonna believe me. So
True though.
All right.
Sounds like we're good.
So, we will flash forward to the morning of the 5th of summer of the year 501 AOV. You're in the office, and you've just been called to Delph's office, and you march on in. You walk into Delph's office, and he is there with a woman you have encountered, though not necessarily met. He is standing there with the national head of infiltration, Lauren Seinberg, who you briefly encountered when she was spying on you during the audit.
Right.
oh, not Evelyn.
Right, not Evelyn.
I did not have art of her before, but now I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it's just
I
Oh,
hope it's
yeah.
just a picture of Evelyn.
I honestly hope not, because I would not hope this is Evelyn.
Oh no. No, do not
Evelyn in a
ruin
bad
my...
AU.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Is that
You know what?
Evelyn?
I'm just gonna
She's the
substitute
elf.
that with Evelyn in my head.
It's like a weird gender.
You walk into Delph's office. There's this very stern, red-headed woman in his office, and before he can say anything, you walk in and she looks at you and she says, "No one else will tell you this, but we're all kind of disappointed you let the colossus escape. Are you ready to clean up your mess?"
Sorry?
We have to clean up something?
And I mean, you look over at Delph when she says this, and he looks at her like, and the look on his face is just, "What the fuck are you saying, bit?"
Delph's got our
Everyone's
back.
thinking that.
He looks confuzzled, confused, like, who does she think she is?
Last time I checked, it should be the people who built the colossus that are at fault here, not us. What are you talking about?
I suppose so,
Mm.
but That is we don't know what these people are up to, and this colossus is at the center of their plans. You should have brought it in.
Where?
It was-
Brought
Where?
it into this building.
I'm
It was
sorry.
the king. It was the king's idea to teleport it out.
Did you want us to put it in jail? It is 300 feet tall.
Delft, after his moment of absolute disgust, he steps in, tries to calm everyone down. He says, "Okay, obviously some things did not go as we expected, but we need to work this out." And then he looks in your direction. He says, "Being in a bit of a hurry, constables. This is Lauren Seinberg, Director of Infiltration. Lauren, the constables." He pauses for a moment. And then he puts a hand up to the side of his mouth as if speaking in confidence and whispers, "She doesn't care about your names."
Amazing.
Great.
I'm sure the
And
director of
smiling
infiltration would know anyway.
And then smiling again, he says, "I figure you have about 5 minutes before he's ready to teleport us to Slate. A carriage is waiting to take us to the main headquarters. We'll be meeting with the Lord Inspector and a few others to plan this mission. But I imagine before sunset you'll be in Bear." He hands you a newspaper. And he continues, unless anyone disrupts him.
What's in the news?
I will tell you after I continue this monologue.
Okay.
This was published a few hours ago in Sabriga. We'd had the word out that we're looking for this gnome, Tinker. And a Baron contact got to us. Got to one of our agents. A few spells later, and I had a copy here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ob have a copy in their hands too. Constables, we've been spending the past 2 months cleaning our own house, and it's good to feel safe that we don't have any more traitors or secret plots in our midst. He wraps his cane against the wood on his desk. But this is our first real chance to figure out what in the hell they were planning to do with that 300-foot tall wind-up toy. Tinker Oddcog helped build the thing, and when everything went crazy, he didn't run to the Ob. He ran away. Hope that means he might be willing to talk. But we're going to need more to find out what he was up to before we do that. Now, grab anything you might need from the quartermaster and be back in 5. Anything you need later it will express delivery.
Ooh, Amazon.
Ooh.
Time to buy some stuff.
Okay, total whiplash, but yeah.
So about that downtime, could I have spent money to upgrade my armor?
Every time.
Can
Can
you please tell me this beforehand? You probably can. I don't think we'll get, given that it is 12:30.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get into any combat today.
Okay.
Just tell me in our downtime, over the week, and I'll work in it. But yeah, actual like equipment upgrades, just tell me like when we're not playing.
Okay.
Do we need to get anything from the quartermaster? Potions.
Like
or-
Do you want
Potions
more
and
potions?
stuff.
Do I have-
Probably.
What do I have? I have 3.
Oh,
I think I'm good.
And Yeah, you do have a moment to before you leave the room to read over the paper and then make any questions you have.
I would love to do this.
Does someone want to read this paper? Because I don't want to read it.
I guess I can if no one else volunteers.
All right, I have now assigned it to all players. Go to players.
Bruce bringing bad news to bear.
A lot of B
A
words.
lot of bees.
Oh, there's fucking names here that I'm not gonna be able to say. Oh god.
Just try your best.
Okay. Just just know that these words are not going to be pronounced correctly. Okay. Bruce Shantis has a new secret plan to improve Bear's industrial competitiveness, say reliable sources in the army. This plan is to hand over leadership of our military research to a gnome named Tinker Oddcog, said to be a genius with machines. But our investigation shows that this gnome might have dangerous connections, italicized, that could spell trouble for our nation. On the 15th of spring, the ship Sure Thing departed from the Missouri city of Flint, and it arrived in, how do you say the name?
Sabriga.
Sabriga?
That's how
On the
it is.
21st of spring? Oh, I don't know. Witnesses report seeing the gnome at the palace as early as the 26th, traveling in the company of Enforcer of Freedom, Galucia Evora. Galucia?
Glaucia.
Glaucia?
I'm going Glaucia.
That's crazy.
Sure.
Who is currently acting as
That's all you.
why are you doing this to me, dude? Extemporaneous judge at Necker Quarter. The gnome has not appeared publicly since, but sources report him visiting several military installations, again italicized, over the past 2 months, including the Dramalio shipyard and the foundries in the Priya Quarter. By all accounts, the gnome's visit yielded marked improvements in the functioning of these facilities, production machinery, and word is that the gnome can magically speak to technology, italicized. So, what worries us? Astute readers might have noticed that the date of Mr. Oddcog's departure from Flint was the same day as the release of a giant metal creation that rampaged through the city, italicized. Moreover, before that very day, Tinker Oddcog had not been seen in nearly 10 years earlier. And that last appearance was marred by disasters, italicized, that included the deaths of 2 co-workers. One was crushed by a crane that witnesses said came alive and moved on its own. The other was a victim of an unlikely train derailment that killed 20. Jesus. While we will not posit the gnome is bad luck, for it is against the spirit of our glorious revolution to indulge in such superstition, we intend to keep investigating this gnome for evidence of malice or negligence. As other recent stories have reported, members of Risori's military claim that the rampaging metal colossus was the work of a conspiracy that posed as legitimate military activities endorsed by the king of Risor, italicized. Many might this gnome be attempting a similar subversion in our own nation? Unfortunately, we were unable to contact Mr. Oddcog for an interview, as the Bruce is keeping his location and movements a state secret. Italicized. We sent a request to the Bruce's summer court, but at last report, our messenger is 1,465th in line for an audience. This is from Melissa Amari, freelancer. Good lord.
So they want to make
enjoy
him
that.
head of the military? Because he's a good inventor?
Military tech.
Or, yeah, military research.
Sure. He could just be bad luck. This gnome.
He could definitely just be bad luck.
Delph says, get whatever you need in order, and then meet back here and Lauren will teleport you to Slate to meet with the chief inspector, and then we'll sort out what exactly your mission objectives are.
Good. So awesome. Yeah. Affirmative.
Incredible.
Okay.
Sure.
Does anybody need potions before we go?
Guess it doesn't hurt. What kind of potions do they have?
Um, yes. So you find between the shops around the city, you find 5 greater healing potions. Those are 100 apiece. And how much is a superior? Sure, why not? I'll just wing it. I can't find the number. I'll just wing it. You find 5 greater healing potions. Each of those are 100. And you find 5 superior, each of which are 500.
Oof.
How much does Superior give again?
It's 8d4
8d4 plus 8.
plus 8.
To help you in your decision on your stock up, after you're given this rundown on your mission, Delft, he says, well, I should probably sort out your stipend.
Oh yay, our once a season pay.
Very good.
And
Our paycheck to paycheck life.
he hands out several pouches of gold, which is a completely useless commodity in 5e. And you each get 2,500 gold.
Nice.
Fucking
Cool.
lord. What the hell am I gonna do with all of that?
I don't fucking know. You tell me.
My gosh.
I
it's
feel
so
like
good.
in
Not
TF5 we were like
price
using all of our money, and then every other game we're just like, well, we have all this money and we don't know what to do with it.
Let's
Yeah,
spend it.
generally speaking, in 5e, they did not prepare you for money.
Yeah, I swear, it's like every game we play that's 5e. It's either we have too much money or we have none.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah, I didn't give you guys a lot, and you also bought a lot of stuff.
We're perpetually poor.
Look, I toned down the amount it tell me to give you because of if I was going along with the adventure, I would be giving you 15,000 gold right now, and that sounded stupid.
Ha! That's a lot of
15,000.
money. What the fuck am I going to do with all of that? Gamble it away?
I saw that. I was like, no, I won't.
We don't even want that much money.
It's like
Um,
for what? To do
Yeah,
what?
so
might as
like,
well.
if you pull up the DM's guide at the level you're at right now, you should each have about 12,000 gold. And I was just like, fuck off.
It's
What
what?
the fuck?
For what?
Right. We got weapons that are like going to be upgraded as the adventure progresses, so we don't need to buy more weapons.
Yeah, I think people people generally play D&D very differently than we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we are
Yeah.
not
In
your
terms of,
typical
like,
party.
loot and
We're a lot
shopping
more
and-
RP focused than most groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not like, let's go shopping for an entire session.
I think it's also because some people they do like, because you know how there's like level up is in different ways. You can also do it by gold. So I think maybe some people
Yeah.
use their gold for leveling up.
Yeah.
That sounds so.
Shopping for gear is like the part of D&D I'm least excited for, as evident by the fact that I never roleplay it.
I only like it when it's funny. You can find like stupid shit.
If, like the shopkeeper is really like a weird NPC or something.
Yeah.
I just like when you can get like, I don't know, fireworks that come out your ass or something. I'm
Yeah,
like
like,
dope
let's
items.
go. But like normal stuff, like buying like all of my gear as we level up, no. I'm good.
I'll buy Superior since it's not like I spend my money anyways.
Yeah.
I'll buy a greater and a superior.
All right, yeah. So if you're buying a grader, it's 100 for each. So subtract that.
So I'll
by
give
how many.
600 gold.
If you're buying a superior, it's 500 for each. Whoever is buying a superior.
I'm good. I've already got a bunch, so I don't need any more.
I will get 1 superior.
David, in the newspaper clipping, are we supposed to be able to see that little bit at the top?
Yeah, you can see that. Make of that what you will.
Okay.
I didn't even read that one. Should probably read it.
There's Griento. I think that's Griento, which is that dad.
Your boy.
Orc dad.
Your
My
boy.
king.
But also,
Damata?
there's the Pemberton mention.
Do you know another Briento?
His children and his wife.
Well, yeah.
Dabo.
Pemberton steam
I
driver.
love Dabo and Taro.
Steam driver. So he's like building a like train.
Exorbitant expense. Oh, there's where it says Griento. It's cut off.
Yeah, it's like at the very top.
I was like, where are you seeing this? Oh, way up at the top. Okay. I hope we get to see Damata and have to explain to him
why we're
why we're
completely
not
different
students
people.
and look totally different.
And we graduated really fast.
The model might actually be a minor recurring character throughout the campaign.
I love him.
We-
Genuinely,
just say we
like one of my favorite
graduated.
NPCs. He's very fun to me. I love him and his family.
Rich douchebag that has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, but he was like so wholesome.
And extremely anti-military for whatever reason.
Yeah, didn't like Shura, which made me laugh. Maybe he'll like her now.
Yeah, you're actually sure. No?
Yes.
I'm actually the most like military out of all of us, so.
Okay, but you guys stock up on supplies. Do you do anything else?
I don't need anything. I'm good.
No,
I don't think so unless you're gonna give us magical items or something.
Yes.
Unless we get free stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna give us like really cool game breaking stuff.
I'll take that.
You know, maybe what you need to do is like dangle stupid ways for us to spend our money on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if there was like really a shot that like
Yeah.
Yeah, give us
had
like
fireworks
stat
that come out
boosts
your
and
ass. Yeah.
stuff like
Stuff
that,
like
you
that.
know.
Yeah.
Honestly, I always remember from our very early campaign when Jeb just drew
Oh yeah, we bought all those animals.
Batman
Oh,
at us, and we just ended up buying, I think, everything.
I think it was like
within the
3
2 months.
tigers.
yeah, you guys
At
bought
least
like all the animals. I was like, really? Okay.
And then they all died horribly. So you know,
I thought you would buy like
that's
one or something, but
And we
you
hijacked
guys
naming
bought
rights.
everything.
I remember that too.
Yeah. It's so you know, you just need to maybe not animals. We already have enough, I think.
Yeah, more animals.
Something that Riga will not buy.
Just throw stuff for us to spend our money on.
But no, I think we're good.
I'm assuming that's a no, so yeah.
Okay. So with that all prepared, you head off to prepare to leave town, and with Lauren Sandberg, and she says, "It'll just be a moment. It might be a little uncomfortable, but just hang in there and you'll be fine. And to be honest, at 12:40 in the morning, I don't think I really want to proceed with the mess of political intrigue that we have ahead of us.
This is fun.
Oh
Sounds
God,
good.
So
that's
I
I'm
very
guess
okay with
that's
this
fine.
cliffhanger.
So I
Yeah.
guess we'll just end there as Lauren Sandberg prepares to teleport you to Slate so you can get the full details of your mission.
Nice.
All
Any
right.
more political intrigue? We're thrusted into more political intrigue. We'll love it.
Yeah, it is the
Ooh.
entire nature of what you do now.
Our party
Yay!
loves political intrigue.
We love politicians. Wow, good stuff,
Well,
guys.
I prepared a lot more, but we didn't get there. So
Bold of you to
I wasn't
assume
really expecting
we were
that.
not going to
We really
RP.
wouldn't.
Past downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember you saying in the chat, like, "Oh yeah, we'll just go right into the adventure." It's like
I was
Well,
like, I
I
think you're
tried.
this
forgetting
party is
something.
not going to do that.
Why would you think that?
well, because that's what the adventure gives me, and I have to kind of make a.
We just gotta have to like let us like do our own little fuck off thing in between, and then we're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had their little bit of trauma today.
Yeah. Just to
I
sort of
think
make everything worse.
Rukin is still slow cooking because there's just so much stuff I can't do with her because she doesn't know.
But once she knows,
World stop.
then we can pop off.
Yes. She's in the slow cooker. She's braising.
I just want this Fiorella thing to go on for like a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It will go on for a little bit.
I mean, it's not like Nastia's gonna say anything.
Yeah. I mean, the
That's
one
itself.
lead we have is like, yeah, Nastia's not gonna say anything. So
It's like, well, Rugen has already dismissed her, so it's like, why would I bother going to her with this information? She's just gonna say, I faked it. So that's why she was just, debating whether or not to like just get rid of it, pretend it doesn't exist.
Girl,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get her.
I'm sure
I'm
you'll
gonna
be.
take Nastia by the collar and shake her.
Yes.
She's going through it, man. She's
In the Incredibles Edna mode, pull yourself together. Slap you in
She's
the face.
fine. She just has a voice
know.
talking to her about like killing the king or something.
Regicide.
Why not? Why shouldn't I just that's a thing for the future? And I mean, what else do I have to live for?
Oh my god, girl.
oh no.
Oh my god, girl.
Not the dead brother.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like I said, I think Nastia has known for like a very long time that that thing is it wasn't her brother, but it was like the comfort of at least thinking that it's he's there somewhere.
She loves to fucking delude herself.
Yeah, that's her whole
It's like
thing.
her favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not doing it to other people, then she's doing
Self-delusion.
it to herself. Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, it's like, okay, let's just stop with that.
I hope she enjoyed playing house while it lasted though.
Yeah, I did. I don't think she did. I mean, well,
Amazing.
it's like yes, but also,
But also
in
no.
retrospective, it's just like
Feels bad about it the
terrible.
whole time,
It's-
anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everything was a lie. We don't really know each other, and it amounted to nothing. Is the general feeling right now?
Damn.
Like, why did I do any of this?
Yeah, and this voice keeps saying, "Hey, just hang in there. We'll sort it out. Don't worry about anybody else."
Yeah, who
The
cares
voice
about
has been
Rukin?
helpful.
Who cares about Victoria or everyone else? And whatever. It's whatever.
You know, Victoria's out there somewhere, living her life.
Maybe not her best
Away from
life.
you.
Yeah, but away. Currently, the only person who might actually have some sway with Nastia right now, but gone.
But as we depart from this confusion and not knowing where Nasty is at,
Yeah,
that's where we're at.
time to sleep.
I am ready to sleep.
I know.
Yes.
My twin. Well, thank you for the session, everybody. It was
Yes,
great.
thank you.
And thanks for running.
Thanks.
Thanks for
Uh,
playing.
Thanks for
That was
running,
fun.
playing. Alright.
Enjoy your emotional trauma. I try.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's my
will.
favorite part.
we love that. That's what we hear.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm gonna sleep now.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night.